First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and salutation to all y'all came on highways and byways, teaching his work sincerely and faithfully. Also, brothers who make videos and warning people around their neighborhood, anything, doing what you can helps a long way, you know. But I want to read this quote: "True success requires sacrifice," and what that means is, like I was reading the other day, if you're not willing, so one of the Yahweh Shai's disciples, one of the apostles said to Yahweh Shai, look who's over there trying to look, it's your mother and your brother. They want to speak to you. And he says, who are my mother and who are my brothers? And he pointed at the apostles and said, those who do the will of my father, my brothers, my sisters, my aunts, and you know what I mean? He basically saying like it's not a bloodline thing. And you got to let that go, let family go, you know? Those who do the will of his father are his family. If you're not doing the will of his father, then who are you? Right? There's your life, that your soul, not even your life, your soul is at stake here, and you got to realize that. Whether that be giving up on your family, like, hey, I can't join you. I can't join this. I can't go to the concert this week and see Lil Durk audition on Sunday. I gotta go to service. Oh man, you're lame for that. It's whatever. You got things, important things to do, whether that be family, friends, or let's say you're not willing to teach something that you're afraid to teach. You gotta let that go. It's not. You gotta let that go. You know what I mean? And go profess the kingdom of heaven to the people. Be honest in everything that you do. If you understand something, if you know it's right, the Lord gave you a talent, then teach that talent. It's not too late for people who are the talent tucking. It's not too late. You just gotta let go. You gotta know it's time for you to do your own thing and start on your own to teach this truth. Nothing. When I can give you a personal testimony. In a way, I had friends I grew up with, right? Think of it. I think of my friends like my childhood friends. You think of some of these camps out there. You've been around these people for years. Like with my friends, growing up with them for years. One day I got evicted out of nowhere, and then I moved away from them. Then after that, we just departed, and that's when I came into the truth. I feel like if I was still around them, I would be stagnant. You know what I mean? I would still try to hang out with them and be focused on hanging out with my friend more than his word. Likewise with some people in some of these camps, like you're distracted, they're a distraction because you've been laboring with them for years. You got a good relationship with these people, but you guys don't believe, you guys are not on the same page. It's not about friends, it's about the truth, and it's about pleasing the Lord and trying to make it into the kingdom of heaven and warning the people. You got to warn them the right way. Telling people that it's because they're a Moabite doesn't mean they're going to be destroyed. You know what I mean? That's off. Immediately they're destroyed. So which one is it? They're in the kingdom or they're not? Because I'm hearing two sides. They're in the kingdom. They're going to be serving, giving herbs, spices, or whatever. They're going to be serving Israel. And then I hear, oh, they're not going to enter the kingdom. Like, that doesn't make sense. It's contradicting yourselves. And now let me get this. This goes right into what I'm saying. That's the spirit. Cause I didn't even know. I was just pulling this up. I didn't even think about it. Matthew 23:13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. You got people out there. You're not gonna make it, you Hamite. Go get a cow to piss on your head. You know what I mean? You got Elam. Wear some deodorant. You ain't gonna make it. Like there you got people like that in Israel. For ye neither go in yourself, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses, and for pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater the gold or the temple that sanctifies the gold. No, I think I got my point across with going down to 15. People are shutting up the kingdom of heaven, and then you're making one proselyte. You may not be traveling sea. You may not be on a ship, right? Obviously, because we're not in that era no more. That generation. How are you making one proselyte? YouTube. Being on the highways and byways, you're gathering people and you're teaching something that's basically they already have. Jake is already. Jake is really I wouldn't say gullible, but Jake is kind of gullible. You know, so you're holding them to the old covenant, and we're in the new covenant. This whole time we've been in a new covenant. Love, mercy, forgiveness. Falling like hell. Like you gotta teach that. You can't say that there's no place of atonement for the wicked. It just don't make sense. So you're telling me King Leopold? So Leopold, if no one knows him, he killed 30 million Hamites in Africa, or Israelite Hamites. 30. He killed 30 million people, worse than Hitler. Hitler, I think, killed like 2 million Jews. But you're telling me King Leopold, this man, this Edomite, who died in the I think 16th century, 15th century. He died, right? He died, and you think, what do you think? What do you think is happening to his soul right now? Oh, he's with the Lord. The Lord's like, you know what, King Leopold, you did a good thing, slaughtering them Hamites. We're gonna give you some rest. Yeah, thank you, Lord. Like, are you serious? We don't gotta talk about the day of judgment. Let's talk about people who die every day. Telling me the Rothschilds, they're living good in the second. Like, Queen Elizabeth, she was trafficking children. Like, come on, man. Celebrities who legit sell their soul to Satan. Oh, yeah, because they're gonna be with the Lord. That don't make sense. We gotta stop that. Saying Satan is Esau, the great dragon, is off. It's off. You gotta stop it. You gotta warn. You gotta tell the truth. Let's get. Don't you want to make it to the kingdom of heaven? You got people saying they got 100% truth. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You don't even know a fallen angel or you don't even know the basics. Talking about some, yep. See, that baby got judged. The Lord judged that baby. Going off of 2 Edomites. Like, what, bro? That don't add up. It don't. Talking about some, they got judged. You're gonna get judged, nigga. Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. That's pride. 100% truth is pride. When you know there's other books out there and you're saying you got 100% truth, it's crazy. A haughty spirit before a fall. They're gonna fall. People who saying they got 100% truth. People who saying that they know it all. You don't. You don't even know, like, hell, lake of fire, the white throne of judgment. You don't know that. You don't know about that. Lake of fire is Babylon. Like, come on, man. Everything is Babylon and Esau, man. It's not. Let me get Salaki thinking. I'm gonna get this one. Matthew 25:1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and the 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there were a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. When all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, and the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. While they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. So this is serious. People really thought they were gonna get in, and they were too late. The door was shut. Just like the days of Noah, it was shut. You know, there's gonna be a time where people are not gonna be able to repent from their sins. People who have doubt in their heart about what they're teaching, when they know what they're teaching is wrong, come out of that. You know, hold on. Let me get another one. It's lucky. Let me get Matthew 22:1, and I'll read down to Matthew 22 and the 13, the 14. Matthew 22 and 14. Let me get it. Let me actually. All right, Matthew 22 and 1 to 14. The parable of the wedding banquet. Yahushua spoke to them again in parables, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like a king who prepared a wedding banquet for his son. He sent his servants to those who had been invited to the banquet to tell them to come, but they refused to come. Then he sent some more servants and said, Tell those who have been invited that I prepared my dinner. My oxen and fattened cattle have been butchered and everything is ready. Come to the wedding banquet. But they paid no attention and went off. One to his field, another to his business. That's Jake. Jake always worried about some goddamn entrepreneur. Get to the bag. Get to the bank. Get to the bag. That's all Jake cares about, the fucking bag. Yeah, okay, when the economy collapsed and you can't get your money, how you like that? All I see Jake talking about. Jake worrying about Hellcats, BMWs, you know? Not only Jake, but the world, too. The rest seized his servants, mistreated them, and killed them. The king was enraged. He sent his army and destroyed those murderers and burned their city. Then he said to his servants, The wedding banquet was ready, but those I invited did not deserve to come. That's Jake. You know, Jake killing the prophets. But those I invited did not deserve to come. So go to the street corners and invite to the banquet anyone you find. So the servants went out into the streets, and not only Jake, but the heathen too. I know some of the were learning that some the apostles were actually killed in different India. I think Peter was killed in India, right? it's probably not accurately. I know the apostles were killed in different places all across the globe. Probably it wasn't Peter down in India though. But but we do know that they were actually traveling and teaching the churches in other lands. All the people that they could find, the bad as well as the good, and the wedding hall was filled with guests. But then the king came in to see the guests. He noticed a man there who was not wearing a wedding clothes. He asked, "How do you get in here without wedding clothes, friend?" The man was speechless. The king told the attendants, "Tie him hand and foot and throw him outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen." So people, this is gonna happen. No, in the book of Melchizedek, this will be talking about Satan, right? But you can apply it to how people think they're gonna enter. Hey, Lord, Lord, didn't I enter? Didn't I do what I had to do? You could use it in that way, right? But originally it's for Satan. If you're gonna try to enter, you gotta read the book of Melchizedek to understand that. But this can also be used for people who think, yeah, I put them out, I put them years in. I was in there 40, 25 years. Of course I'm gonna enter this banquet, this party. I've been doing. The Lord's gonna be like, bind him hand and foot and cast him in that. That's gonna happen. People are gonna be standing outside seeing Moses, right? And they're not gonna be able to enter. They're gonna be outside the gates of heaven. Seeing Moses, King David, Abraham. They themselves are not gonna being able to enter. I remember you get this scripture right here. We gotta choose life. You gotta care. You got to. You gotta. You got to. I don't know what it's gonna take for people. If someone make a video on you, who cares, man? Let him make. Didn't the Lord get? The Lord had it harder than us. The prophets had it harder than us because there was no internet back then. So you had to deal with people just hating on you in your face. Look at this motherfucker. Heard about him down the street talking about some kingdom of heaven. You know. You don't think people were mad back then? But there was no internet back then, so they were legit just talk shit. Like, you have bounties on your head, right? So like, that's YouTube, bro. You don't even gotta respond. You can respond and make, but it's not even cares if they make a video about you though. You know. All right, this is gonna be a heavy one. Deuteronomy 30:11. For the commandment which I command thee, this day it is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. See, I have set thee before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep Yahweh, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes, and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord Yahweh shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away, and worship other gods, and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou pass over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love the Lord thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land. which the Lord swore unto thy father. To Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob to give them. So you gotta choose life, man. This is not gonna be easy. You gotta let go of what you learned. This is what the Lord meant to Nicodemus. You gotta be born again. You gotta be renewed. Let go of the things you thought you knew. Get a. You ever seen when your teacher has a marker and they write on the board? They have that eraser. Just wipe. You gotta wipe it all away. Just be born. You gotta let it all go. Forget what people are saying about you. Forget that. Teach what the Lord. Teach what's true. Some of the nations can make it. The nations can make it. Not including Esau. Teach about hell. Teach about the lake of fire. You gotta warn people. You gotta tell them this is real. Every single hell testimony I've been watching, they all said warn them, so they may not come to this place. Like they all say the same testimonies, bro. Ham says it, Moab says it, Edom says it, Jake says it. They all saying they seen people in hell who gave them the same type of advice. Like they've been lied to, like saying there's no hell, there's no place of torment. There's a place out there. I hope this video was edifying. I just want to say we gotta let go of what we gotta let it go. Choose to stay life and not death.
Hello, I'm Chadon. How can I help you?
What is this book about?
Okay, let's check it.
But choose to stay life and not death, that you may be saved, or have better your chances of being saved. Till next time, I say shalom.